Do you feel like traditional budgets are just too restrictive, always leaving you feeling overwhelmed and stressed? What if there was a smarter, more adaptable way to manage your money? In 2026, we're saying goodbye to the old school spreadsheets and embracing budgeting techniques that are not only smarter, but also more sustainable. These techniques are designed to work for the long haul, allowing you to save, spend, and live more freely. Stick around, because these 5 strategies will transform how you handle your finances, and you can stick with them for years, not just a few weeks. 1. The anti-budget, flow-based allocation. Have you ever found yourself obsessively tracking every coffee or meal you buy, only to feel burned out from constantly monitoring your finances? If so, you're not alone. The traditional approach to budgeting, which involves meticulously recording each expense, can quickly lead to what's known as tracking fatigue. It's exhausting and often it doesn't even result in long-term success. So, what if we flipped this approach entirely? Instead of constantly checking every small purchase, the anti-budget focuses on simplicity and freedom. This method allows you to set your savings and bill totals first. That means as soon as your paycheck comes in, you automate transfers for savings and bills. Once those essential expenses are covered, everything left in your main account is available for you to spend freely without any guilt. The beauty of this method lies in its simplicity. By focusing on your essential goals, savings, and bills, and automating those transfers, you eliminate the stress of tracking every little thing. The money left in your account is yours to enjoy guilt-free, and this structured yet flexible approach removes any financial stress. No more obsessing over the smallest expenses. Just prioritize your savings and bills, and live with the freedom of knowing you've already set yourself up for success. Additionally, this method helps create a healthier relationship with money. Instead of feeling deprived or anxious about every purchase, you'll find yourself more at ease and in control, as you no longer have to carry the mental burden of constant financial monitoring. 2. Value-based tagging. How often have you restricted yourself from enjoying activities that bring you joy because you've labeled them as part of an expense category, like food or travel? We all know how it feels to try to cut down on expenses by stopping things you enjoy. But what if you could change how you think about your expenses and actually categorize them based on how they make you feel or the value they bring to your life? In 2026, banking apps are becoming more intelligent by allowing you to tag your spending with more thoughtful labels than just food or entertainment. With the new technology, you can now categorize purchases as joy, utility, or regret. This allows you to track where your money is truly going and whether your spending aligns with your values. For example, you might find that your food category is mostly filled with takeout meals that weren't fulfilling or truly enjoyable. By tagging these expenses as regret, you can start to see patterns of unnecessary spending. Conversely, the experiences that bring you happiness and add value, such as dining out at a favorite restaurant or taking a meaningful trip, get tagged as joy. This approach lets you make smarter choices when reviewing your spending, cutting back on things that don't add value, while ensuring you continue to enjoy the things that truly bring you joy. Instead of feeling guilty about cutting back, this method empowers you to spend on what matters most, all while saving more in the long run. The goal is to eliminate the regret tags and hold on to those joy moments that add real value to your life. This way, you're not just monitoring expenses, but aligning your spending with your true priorities, creating a more intentional and fulfilling relationship with money. 3. The burn rate dashboard. Trying to figure out how much money you can afford to spend without going overboard can be difficult, especially when most traditional budgets focus on monthly totals. It can become overwhelming to keep track of how much you're spending on a daily or weekly basis. And more often than not, That approach leads to overspending and panic when you realize you've gone over budget. This is where the burn rate dashboard comes in, a concept borrowed from startups that track their daily burn rate, the amount they can afford to spend per day after fixed costs are accounted for. With this technique, you calculate your daily expenses in a way that gives you a clear, actionable goal. Once you've figured out your daily budget based on fixed costs, like rent, bills, etc., you have a simple number to focus on. If you overspend on one day, you know exactly how much you can cool down the following day to get back on track. It's about creating a daily spending target that keeps you grounded and helps you avoid that overwhelming feeling when your monthly budget seems too complicated. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity. By focusing on your daily burn rate, you make the complex task of budgeting more manageable. You can easily adjust your spending in real time, making it easier to stay on track and avoid panic at the end of the month. 4. Algorithm-agnostic savings, the rounding multiplier. Saving money can feel difficult, especially when you have a lot of expenses to manage or when your income fluctuates. But what if you could save without even thinking about it? With the advancement of technology in 2026, there's a clever way to automate your savings through the use of the rounding multiplier. This technique is simple but effective. Instead of just rounding up your purchases to the nearest dollar, you can set your banking app to round up even further, maybe by adding 5% to every non-essential purchase. For instance, if you make a purchase of $4.50, your app could round up to $5, then add a 5% savings tax. The extra 50 cents, along with the 5% tax, would go directly into an investment account rather than just sitting idle in your checking account. What makes this approach so effective is that it turns your inevitable spending into an opportunity to save. You won't even notice the small amounts being deducted, but over time, they'll add up to significant savings. This technique ensures that even on your busiest months, when spending feels higher, you'll still be growing your savings. It's an effortless way to build wealth without feeling deprived. This method encourages you to save without thinking about it, making it perfect for those who struggle with the discipline of saving. Plus, it provides a simple way to accumulate money for long-term investment, helping you secure your financial future while still enjoying your present. 5. The subscription audit firewall. Subscriptions are one of the sneakiest ways we overspend without realizing it. Streaming services, apps, and magazine subscriptions all have a way of adding up over time, especially when we forget about them. In 2026, there's a smart way to take control of these recurring charges: the subscription audit firewall. The idea here is simple. Use a virtual card service, like Privacy.com or a bank's built-in feature, to manage all your recurring subscriptions. You can set spending limits on these cards, and for services like trials or subscriptions, you can make sure that once the spending limit is reached, the card declines the payment. This forces a rechoice each time a subscription comes up for renewal. Instead of letting it automatically renew, you'll have to decide if it's still worth keeping. By setting these hard limits, you prevent unnecessary spending on subscriptions that may no longer bring value, ensuring you only pay for what you truly use. This method is incredibly effective for managing those recurring expenses that can quietly drain your finances. It's an easy way to stay on top of your subscriptions and stop wasting money on services you no longer use or need. Plus, it helps keep your finances organized and ensures you're spending your money on things that actually benefit you. And there you go, 5 innovative budgeting techniques that can help you manage your money smarter in 2026. These strategies are designed to simplify your budgeting process and help you save more without sacrificing the things you enjoy. Say goodbye to the stress and frustration of traditional budgeting, and hello to a smarter, more efficient way to manage your finances. If you found this video helpful, Don't forget to hit that like button. Share it with anyone who could benefit from these smart budgeting tips. And of course, subscribe for more insights into managing your money in the most effective ways possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.